Barcelona is not rushing this, but make no mistake, Niko Williams is the most important conversation that's happening inside the Barcelona offices right now. After years of financial strain and lost opportunities, the club finally finds itself in a position to move boldly. And Niko, a player who profiles does scream FC Barcelona, may be the signature that defines Hansi Flick's first full summer in charge. Today, my friends, a meeting did take place that might potentially change everything. Barcelona sporting director Deco met with Felix Teinta, who is Nico Williams' agent, for over 90 minutes in Barcelona, a meeting that was actually requested by Nico Williams himself. This is a powerful gesture, my friends, that shows just how badly Athletic Club's winger wants to wear the Barcelona shirt. In the meeting, Deco gave a clear registration guarantee as well, something that Deco could not give in the last summer of 2024. He told Nico Williams' camp that this summer, unlike the last one, Barcelona will have no problem fitting him into the salary structure or La Liga's financial fair play framework. This was the key missing piece when the club tried to sign Nico back in 2024, and he had to back out due to legal and budgetary conflicts with Athletic Club. But now that is no longer the problem. And here's the thing, Hansi Flick also was in this meeting. After the Deco meeting, Hansi Flick personally spoke with Nico Williams, and according to the sources close to the club, they have stated that the German has made it very clear that if the finances weren't a concern, you would be my priority signing. And let me tell you guys, this is not just a throwaway compliment. Like, Flick views Nico not as a backup plan, but as a foundational piece. He sees in Nico the verticality, the explosiveness, and transition threat that Barcelona has lacked since the days of prime Neymar. And in a 4-2-3-1 system or high-pressing 4-3-3 system, Nico could transform Barcelona's wide dynamics overnight. And I believe that if Flick actually stepped in to speak to Nico, is because he has a huge plan for him. And let's also keep in mind, Hansi Flick really does want Nico for one main reason, is because he does plan to move Rafinha to the number 10 position, to have Nico on the left, Rafinha in the middle, with Lamine Yamal on the right. You cannot say to Nico Williams and say that he is a priority signing, knowing that he might potentially be a backup to Rafinha. No, Hansi Flick is saying, I'm going to move Rafinha for Nico to fit on the left wing position, and I believe that Rafinha going into the number 10 position is going to be huge for Barcelona sportingly, because we have seen Rafinha and his numbers and what it's like for him to play as a number 10, as a creator between the two wingers. He is very efficient. He can score goals. He can provide assists. It will make Barcelona much more deadly, and Hansi Flick does see this. Now, of course, the other conversation that we must have is going to be the wages, the fair play, and the ultimate plan to get Nico in, because sportingly it makes a lot of sense, but the road is not clear yet as of now. I do think that there are some things that Deco and Joan Laporte have discussed that we just don't know yet, but here is going to be the information that we know as of now. His release clause is 58 to 62 million euros, depending on the payment structure. Barcelona are open to triggering it. However, his wage demands is reportedly 20 million euros gross per season, and that remains a sticking point. In my own opinion, and this is going to be my own speculation, but in my own opinion, if this is true, if Nico's actually demanding for 20 million euros gross per season, which is going to make him the second highest paid player in Barcelona, I did explore a structural solution to this and what I believe Barcelona is doing. I think that Barcelona are going to approach the Nico Williams deal very similar to the Joan Garcia deal, meaning Barcelona will offer Nico a 6-year deal instead of a 5-year deal, meaning that on paper he will be signing a 5-year deal with FC Barcelona, but it's going to be 6 years in total, only to allow for Barcelona to spread out his salary for the financial fair play reasons. This is exactly what they did with the Joan Garcia deal. They added an extra year on top of the 5-year deal only because they wanted to spread out the payments, not because they wanted to pay the player yet again on the 6th year at the same rate. No, it is simply because they want to spread out the payments. I think that they're going to do the exact same thing with Nico Williams. Also keep in mind, they have calculated already how much it would save on the wage bill if they let go of Ansu Fati and Marc-Andre ter Stegen, two players that are on the verge of leaving FC Barcelona this summer. And the total math for this is Barcelona will be saving 20.25 million euros in annual salary, which nearly does match what Nico would cost per year. So the numbers, the math, it's all there. And of course, also keep into account that Barcelona will be granted access to spend more money on the wage bill because we have simply done better in the 2024-2025 season. And that is why I believe that Deco has said we will not have no registration issues here. We can safely have you registered into the wage bill immediately. And this is without Barcelona, of course, breaking their bank. Barcelona are taking this deal in a very responsible way, where even after we do sign Nico Williams, Barcelona can still further improve their squad. Okay, so the news news just broke out in the middle of me recording this video, so I'm going to give you guys the most latest update in regards to what Niko Williams is demanding for his salary. So we have just spoken about the 20 million euros gross that was reportedly demanded, but now we're starting to get some sources claiming that Niko Williams is ready to accept the salary which Barcelona offered him last year, which is 12 million euros gross per year. He is open to reducing his wage demands just to join FC Barcelona this summer. And so to clarify this even more, once we calculate this after taxes, that basically means that in total he will be earning 6.3 million euros net per year. Once again, proving that Niko Williams wants to join only FC Barcelona, and the fact that he's willing to drop down these huge wage demands that he was trying to get from Bayern Munich or Arsenal goes to show that this guy here is serious about joining the club. He is literally, as we discussed earlier in the past 3 to 4 videos, prioritizing what makes the most sense for him sportingly. And to him, he believes that sportingly, it makes more sense to join FC Barcelona, and if he has to lower his wage demands and receive the financial offer that he did receive back in August 2024, then so be it. To Niko, it just does not matter. Once again, it's a huge move coming from Niko, and now it is on FC Barcelona's court. How are they going to respond? Can they get this deal done as fast as possible? This is for sure going to help Barcelona in terms of reinforcing other areas on the pitch right after this deal does get done. One of the things that Deco did state back on June 2nd was, we will not enter the market like crazy. We will make 2 to 3 to 4 signings. And so I believe that the deal is there. And Niko does prefer to join FC Barcelona. I know that we have talked about over the past 2 or 3 weeks that Niko Williams is very close to joining Bayern Munich. However, Niko has a strong friendship with the Barcelona dressing room, and that cannot be underestimated. And particularly among the young Spanish internationals. He also wants to stay in La Liga, where he's comfortable, respected, and in the national team spotlight. He knows Barcelona tried to sign him last summer, and unlike Bayern or Arsenal, Barcelona didn't wait for Niko's camp to make a move. Niko himself asked for this meeting. He wants to come. He did not do this to Bayern nor Arsenal. He did not go to Bayern or Arsenal and said, hey, please, can we find a deal here? Can we talk with you guys? No. Niko did this to FC Barcelona. The agent knows this, and Barcelona and Deco knows this. They were focused on Luis Diaz. They were focused on Rafael Leao, Marcus Rashford, ignoring this whole move of Niko up until today, where Niko came himself with the agent and said, please, can we negotiate something? And so despite serious offers from Bayern and Arsenal who are ready to pay the clause, Niko has made it clear that Barcelona is his first choice as long as the club follows through. So here's going to be the big picture. La Masia plus La Liga star power. That is Hansi Flick's project. Barcelona's summer rebuild is not about spending recklessly. It's about fine-tuning. In other words, Barcelona is in a much different position. Deco stated 2 weeks ago that there is no longer a financial problem. We only have a problem with the financial fair play rules and nothing more. Barcelona can't compete with the cities, with the PSGs, with Real Madrid in terms of making good bids and offering good deals for the players. And when you can do that, you can fine-tune your squad, because at the same time, we have a great foundation. You add in the big game players like Nico Williams. You blend that with La Masia youth like Yamal, Cubarsí, Alejandro Balde. Flick's Barcelona could become something rare, a financially sustainable powerhouse with tactical identity and star appeal. So what's to come next, right? Like, what could we expect over the next 2 or 3 weeks? More meetings are scheduled this week, as a matter of fact. Barcelona will make a final decision shortly after, and the club's financial team is finalizing updating the wage bill and player exits. If Niko is signed, he will be given a major role. He will be the starter on the left wing in Flick's attacking blueprint. If Barcelona do get this deal done and they pull it off, they're going to be telling Europe that the rebuild is over. The dominant era begins now. So that is it. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.